another beautiful Easter banner here in the sanctuary of First Lutheran Church. The butterfly has forever, I shouldn't say forever, but for the longest time, been a symbol of the resurrection. Just like the butterfly emerges from the cocoon, a beautiful creature, so Jesus emerged from the tomb, our beautiful Savior. We've been talking about Jesus' resurrection appearances, showing himself alive to the disciples after having risen from the dead. One of my favorite of such appearances is called the Road to Emmaus. Two disciples walking along the road from Jerusalem on the way to the little village of Emmaus, walking sadly because their Lord had died, and they did not yet know that he was risen from the dead. They walked along, talking sadly together, and suddenly Jesus himself appeared and walked beside them. They didn't know it was him. They didn't recognize him. And so Jesus asked them a question. He says, "What is it that the two of you are talking about as you go along?" Well, of course, he knew everything that had happened. But they said to him, "Well, we're talking about the things that have just happened among us." Jesus continues to ask them, "What things?" And they proceed to tell him about the crucifixion and about their disappointment that Jesus had died. Then Jesus says to them, "Let me tell you what the Bible teaches." And he shows them from the Old Testament how it was prophesied that the Messiah had to die and rise again. Later on, they were stopping for the evening, and they asked him to stay with them. And he did. And while they were sitting at table, he broke bread and gave it to them. And then they recognized, this is the risen Jesus. Do you know what happened? They forgot entirely about their trip to Emmaus. Whatever they were going to do in Emmaus didn't matter to them anymore, because they ran back to Jerusalem to meet with all the disciples and to tell them the good news, we have seen the Lord. May God bless and keep you these days of testing and all your days. See you tomorrow.